it's Jen with Jen's Joyful Kitchen, and I'm excited to be coming to you today with a really fast, easy meal that you can make for any busy weeknight that integrates some vegetables. So how many of you struggle with getting more vegetables in your meals? I know that I'm always looking for ways to use vegetables and get them in my children. So I'm going to be sharing with you a zucchini meatball recipe that you can make in the Deluxe air fryer and turning it into like a hoagie sandwich for yourself. You can do that as well. So I'm really excited. So as you're joining, say hello in the comments, share where you're watching from. I can't wait to say hello to you. And we are going to just jump right in. I'm going to teach you how to spiralize your own zucchini and what other things things you can spiralize. So make sure to stay tuned until the end so I can give you some tips on that. And then I'm also going to teach you how to make your own homemade bruschetta type sauce that you can put over the top of the meatballs once they are finished. So for those of you that use a lot of zucchini, are you using it for more sweet things or for more savory things? Share that in the comments. I'd love to know what some of your ideas are, because we have a ton of zucchini growing in our garden. We just have one plant, and I have been accumulating a few different zucchinis, so always looking for new recipes. And of course, zucchini muffins and all those different types of things come up, but I like to try some savory things as well. So let's get going with our demonstration so you can see how this all works. If you're interested in any of the things that I'm sharing, please ask questions in the comments. Feel free to message me. I'm happy to help you for sure. So let's jump in. So the first thing I want to just show you, I've already spiralized some zucchini, so I'm going to teach you how to do that. But what I love about this spiralizer is that you can set it to 3 different types of cutting styles. So you have fettuccine, you have spaghetti, and you have the ribbon cut. So this is the spaghetti cut. You can see how thin and easy that cut. Now it's long, just like regular spaghetti noodles would be, so you can chop it up. And I like to use either the salad chopper, hi Jessica, or the kitchen shears. So sometimes I get questions about what is the difference between these two. You can see the salad chopper actually has 2 blades. This is meant to help you cut things in a bowl, for example, so like salad or even cooked chicken or vegetables. You can just chop it right in the bowl, just like this. Just kind of like a scissor, but upside down. And super sharp, so you never want to get your hands in there. But if you can see the 2 blades, that is what helps it cut really quick and easy. The kitchen shears, you can do also cutting just like that, but I also like to use the salad chopper more for cutting in the bowl. But the kitchen shears are great for cutting your raw meats. They are very sharp. They will cut through bones. So if you want to open up a chicken, for example, or if you have some tough things that you're cutting up little chunks of steak or things like that, you can do that. The thing about these is that they come apart really easily, so easy cleanup as well. So that's the difference. And just cutting up your zucchini is going to make it really integrate into the meat really well. So you don't even have to touch it because it's all in the bowl. And that's what I love about the salad chopper too, because if you're cutting up hot chicken that you just cooked, guess what? No burnt fingers. So this is ready. All right, so to this, we're gonna add a few ingredients. We've got some panko breadcrumbs, and we've got some Parmesan cheese. Now, if you want this recipe along with another group of fast weeknight meal recipes, I want you to message me because I will send them over to you for sure. And then I am going to add in the egg, so that is our binder. So we need something to hold our meat in with all these other ingredients. So 1 egg for that. And then I'm using our sweet basil rub. So I don't have any fresh basil. You could use fresh basil, but this works just great. It's got great flavor, and just 2 teaspoons is all you need for this. And we're just gonna toss that all in. It already smells amazing and it hasn't even cooked up yet. And then we're going to do 1 clove of garlic. Now you could do a couple if you love garlic. And you just put the garlic clove. No need to take the skin off at all. Put it right into the garlic press. Squeeze it out. And then use your little tool that it comes with to scrape off the garlic. So on the inside, I use the garlic press all the time. This is like 20 years old, you guys. It lasts forever. The skin is still there. So there's no need for you to worry about the skin going in. we are going to just mix this part up before I put the meat in, because you don't want to overwork the meat, because then it can get a little bit tough, even though it's just ground beef. You can also use ground chicken or ground turkey. You can use any of those, but it's best to kind of mix this all together first. So we've got that all together. And then we're going to put in our ground beef. Now tell me, do you guys love meatballs? What do you use meatballs for? Do you like to use them just as appetizers? Do you put them on pasta? Do you make meatball sandwiches? What's your go-to recipe for meatballs? I know for me, I love it. I love meatballs like anyway. Appetizers, sandwiches, pasta. Now, just kind of chopping that up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mix and chop, because the mix and chop, even when you're using it for cooked meats, obviously it's going to chop everything up, but you can use it for ground meats as well. So you just take it and push it right into the mixture. This is great for making meatloaf too, so you can just mix it right up without using your hands. It really just integrates everything really, really well. You guys, this is so easy. What do you think? Hi, Kayleen. Tell me what you guys think about zucchini. Do you love zucchini? Do you use it a lot in sweet dishes or savory dishes? What do you tend to use it the most for? I know much of the time in the Midwest, we are using it for things like zucchini cake and zucchini zucchini cookies and zucchini everything sweet, but do you make anything savory? I gotta make sure I get all of that off of there, right? Okay, so our next thing is going to be to scoop up these meatballs, and we're going to use it or cook it up in the air fryer. So air fryer has such great features, you guys. It's just like, there's so many things you can do with it. I've maybe turned on my oven once or twice this entire summer, and that's probably because of baking a batch of cookies, or my daughter bakes the cookies. But this allows you to have that no oven cooking. You can cook for up to 6 people. Like, you don't even have to worry about having batches that are too small that you can never, feed the whole family at once. This is going to allow you to do it all at once, because you have 2 trays, and you also have the bottom drip tray as well. And a lot of times I will actually put vegetables underneath on the very bottom, so that we can roast up vegetables while we're cooking fish or chicken or really anything, So look at how these are coming out. You can check that out. And I'm just using the medium scoop. You can use the small scoop, kind of just depends on what size meatball you want. We also have the large scoop if you really want the large meatballs, but I like this size. This is going to be perfect for the hoagie bun, because they are a little bit larger than a hot dog bun. So tell me, guys. Oh, Linda, hi. Welcome. Welcome to the show here. Okay, so I've got this tray done. I'm going to pop these in. So there's multiple different spots that you can put these trays when you're putting in your trays for cooking. So just keep that in mind. And then there's always going to be a rotation time. So you set it for a certain amount of time. Halfway through, it automatically will know halfway through, and it will beep for you. So listen for that. And that's when you rotate the trays so that you have equal time on the top and on the bottom. So let's see, how many more are we going to get out of this? We almost have, what did I have? I had 12 in there. So look at how many this is making. This was a pound of ground beef. So remember, you can use other things too. This is just what I had on hand. You could do ground chicken if you wanted to. And if you want this recipe along with a bunch of other great, fast weeknight meals, just message me and I will send you a bunch of them, because I know as we're all getting ready for our change in seasons, maybe wondering how things are going to work, or our schedules might be different. I'm sure some fast weeknight meals you would love. So we'll pop these in. Now, my recipe for this came from a friend, and so she cooks them in the oven, but I'm just adapting it to the air fryer. So on the recipe, it actually says to do the, let's see, it says 25 minutes. But what I'm going to do, and it's at 350, what I'm going to actually do is the roast for 10. So these different functions on here, this is what I love about this air fryer. It's got all kinds of functions. It's got the air fry, the bake, the roast, the rotisserie, the reheat, and the dehydrate, but it's also got a custom function as well. So if there's other things that you want to just say, oh, I just need this much time and this much temperature, you can do that for sure. And yes, you could bake like smaller amounts of cookies. I know I mentioned like baking cookies in the oven, but you could do like a few in here if you just want to have a few so you don't have them laying around all week, right? I think that's better than having like a bunch of them all and you're just thinking, oh my goodness, I gotta eat all these cookies. So this is gonna cook up, and you can see it's set for the 375, no preheating necessary. So again, another great feature, you do not have to set it ahead of time, just like an oven, to preheat. This is going to do that for you right away. It just starts instantly. It's basically like a supercharged oven. It even opens like an oven. All right, so I'm gonna share with you how to make the bruschetta topping. Now, I don't know about you guys, but do any of you grow a garden? Do you have a lot of vegetables coming out of your garden? I know for me, we have a ton of tomatoes, and I literally just planted one cherry tomato plant and one San Marzano tomato plant. So I've got a lot of tomatoes coming out. But what I'm doing is creating like a fresh bruschetta. So I put some cherry tomatoes in here and just a touch of oil. To that, we're going to add actually some garlic, and I just chopped it, but I'm going to show you how I did it in just a moment here so you can see exactly. Take this garlic skin out from the previous time. But we're going to put a little garlic in here, and again, if you wanted more garlic than one, you could do that. You just squeeze that through. I don't know where I would be without all of my Pampered Chef tools, because I would never cook like this on a regular basis otherwise. Making homemade bruschetta, no. But now, yes. So we've got that. Oh, and a little bit of the sweet basil rub. Again, you could use the fresh basil, but if you're out of that, you can just use like a teaspoon or so of the sweet basil rub. All of our rubs and our seasonings are all MSG free and gluten free. They have such great flavor. How easy is this? Even if you don't have electricity, you could still take this little manual food processor wherever you go. I love taking it camping because you can make guacamole and salsa really fresh and fast and easily too. So we've got our bruschetta topping here. This is what I thought would be great over the top of the meatballs for sure. And then of course, a little cheese on the top. So that's our bruschetta topping. So easy. Now I want to show you guys my final tip that I want to show you, all about spiralizing. So how many of you either purchase spiralized vegetables and you get them home and then you're like, oh, they're kind of, I'm not ready for them tonight, but maybe tomorrow, and then they're starting to get soggy already because they're pre-spiralized. Or if you sometimes get the ones in the freezer section, they can have a lot of water added, like not added, but they just take on water while they're frozen. What I like about the veggie spiralizer is the fact that you can literally spiralize in moments and have that fresh vegetable flavor. Nothing is going to get all moldy and gross because you're doing it as you need it. So let me see. Kayleen says, I may just need to hire you. Well, I have heard that before, Kayleen, but I'll tell you what has helped me is being a consultant, because we get all these great recipes and tips from our test kitchen, and so it really is just like going to a cooking school, kind of. So I like that, but thanks for sharing that. So I just put this chunk in here. Now, I said there was like 3 different ways, and I'm going to show you all of them because they're so cool, and I'm going to remove all of this stuff so you guys can see here all of the different ways that this spiralizes, that is really neat. So put this here. Okay, so what I have in here is the spaghetti cut now. So I got that in there, and then you just turn it. I mean, it barely takes any pressure. You're just holding it down as you go. And you can see, hopefully, yep, it's coming. Spaghetti noodles with zucchini are, really small and dainty, so they kind of take a little while to come back out of the bottom. But let me show you this. Look at this, you guys. This is so cool. We got this really great thin cut zucchini that you can use at any time for your noodle dishes, if you want to integrate some more vegetables into those, it's awesome. I'm going to switch out and show you guys the next one, but if you heard that little beep, that's an indicator. It's time to move them. So I'm going to grab my little mini oven mitts here. Oh yeah, good here. Now, remember I said it was 25 minutes in the oven, so I'm just kind of estimating. I did 10. We're going to see how this all works. You obviously always want to temp your meat so that you can make sure that it's actually done. And let me know in the comments, do you know what temperature ground beef should be cooked at? Let me know in the comments while I'm switching this over. So we've got our spaghetti cut. Now I'm just going to switch this out and we flip it over. There's only one blade that you have to insert, but it's two-sided. So you have the thinner cut, which is the spaghetti cut, and then we're going to flip it to the fettuccine cut right in here. You can see it from the back. And then you just tighten the little nut. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. See, I'm not normally left-handed. Just tighten that up now. Go the opposite way. Okay. That's one thing, you know, this is a really cool thing. So our founder, Doris Christopher, is actually left-handed. So all of our tools are meant to work for right and left-handed people. Little fact, fun fact for you. Okay, so I flipped it over. It's now on the zucchini cut. And now I'm going to show you how this works when it comes out. So we have, it's going to be thicker noodles. This is great for substituting for fettuccine, for linguine. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. So they're, you can see them a little bit more because they're not as thin as the spaghetti cut. I like to use either. And you can use this for all kinds of vegetables. It's not just for zucchini. You can use this for potatoes, you can use it for sweet potatoes, carrots, parsnips, you can do so many things. I also like to do my green peppers and my onions on this next stage. So if you give me a moment to take out this blade, then I'll show you the ribbon cut. So you can just take out the blade, and the blade that's already in here is called the ribbon blade. So I'll show you what happens to that. Looks like I need a new chunk. Or no, wait, there is a little chunk in there. Okay, so, yep. You can see how this one comes out. Now this is gonna be kind of like chips a little bit. So you can see this. Look at how cool that is, right? So this is great for, like, I do potatoes, scalloped potatoes and ham. I do all the potatoes in here, and then I just take my little kitchen shears and I just cut them up so that they're smaller, but sometimes I don't, and I just leave them all together because, you know, they cook all together and then they break apart when you cut it open anyway. So pretty cool. So what do you guys think about this? So this is the ribbon blade that I just did this style in. When you put the green peppers and the onions in there, you'd think that it would become like slices like that, but it actually doesn't because of the way the onions and the peppers are formed. It comes out looking like fettuccine, which is great because you want them sliced anyway, right? So really easy. That's a quick little tip for you. So we've got, I'm going to grab my little thermometer so that I can make sure. We'll just check them where they're at. But if you guys don't have a good thermometer, you definitely want to have one for all kinds of meats. I definitely recommend it. It helps you keep food safe, keep your family safe. Nobody needs to get foodborne illness. In fact, 1 in 6 people was the last statistic that I heard every year in America get foodborne illness. So we know what that all entails, GI stuff, right? We want to avoid that. So we want to make sure our beef is cooked to 165 degrees. And this easy read food thermometer or meat thermometer will give you a temp instantly in seconds. So that is one of my, oh yeah, this. Oh. You can always get it still. When you are hosting a party, you have your host rewards, but you also get a 10% discount for a whole year. So it's pretty awesome. So it also tells you on here what to temp your things to. So it has the chicken and turkey. It's got beef and lamb, fish and pork in there. But you need to know that ground meats need to get to 165. So you can't cook it medium rare. I would avoid that at all costs. I used to be food safety certified in the past couple years, and you definitely don't want to eat raw meat. So very good tip there. All right, so this already says end, so I'm just going to pop this open and I'm just going to see where we're at. We may or may not be finished, but we'll check. Guys, this looks great already. It's at 1:44, 1:45, so it does need a little bit more time, you know, like probably 5 more minutes. But that will be what I will do, is just set it to another 5 minutes. And you can always adjust the time and let it go. And then what we will do is just put our little meatballs in our hoagie buns, top them with some mozzarella cheese, and then also top it, instead of ketchup, you made your own homemade bruschetta sauce. So how cool is that, right? So I want you to message me if you would like more fast and easy weeknight meals just like this. This is like a 20-minute meal, you guys. It's really fast. And if you want a whole list of things that you can make for this coming season so that you have some ideas, quick go-to ideas, please message me and I will definitely share that with you. And I want to invite you to jump into my Jen's Joyful Kitchen group if you're not already there, because I always share new recipes and how-tos and different things like that there as well. And if you want more information about the Deluxe air fryer or the vegetable spiralizer, some of my favorites, message me. You can purchase them. The only way to get the Deluxe air fryer right now, because it's so popular, is to host your own party online. I can help you with that. It's super fun and easy. You bring the friends, I set it up. There's great recipe ideas, great cooking tips, lots of fun, and you get lots of great rewards as well. So thank you guys for being here. I can't wait to hear from each of you to know what I can do to help you best. Talk to you next time.